We are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. So Cardi B has responded to Megan Thee Stallion fans talking about her child, Blossom, okay? Which people are have been speculating that is not really off the cheats child, okay? They've been saying that for the past year. So Megan Thee Stallion fans are upset at Cardi B fans because Cardi B fans have been clocking the fact that Megan Thee Stallion has been copying Cardi B. Megan Thee Stallion fans ironically also said that Cardi B hasn't dropped an album because she's scared to flop. D0JA said Cardi B ain't dropped an album since her debut 2018 because she was scared to sell 60K like the rest of the girls. And that's the real tea. All that rap girls are flopping right now. Her last song can't even get 400K daily streams. They're talking about Downside with a 20 million radio audience. Wow. So that's what Megan Thee Stallion fans are saying. Now, they also have been talking about Blossom, Cardi B's youngest child, saying that allegedly Blossom is not really off the cheats, okay? Saying other horrendous things about Blossom. Cardi B has since responded. Now, Cardi B called the thotties effing losers, but she deleted it because she probably scared of Bigfoot. Okay, I think she definitely scared of Megan Thee Stallion. That's why she deleted it. But that's what she's been saying about, her fan base on social media. Here's the thing. Everybody knows children are off limits, right? But I don't really sympathize with Cardi B because Cardi B has talked about other people's children. Let's be very clear, okay? Now, with that being said, though, I don't believe Cardi B and Megan are friends. Their fake friendship is cracking because it never was real. If y'all got together because y'all had a common enemy, that wasn't a real friendship. There was a time where Megan was dissing Cardi B, okay? She was saying, Cardi B is Lil Pump, Nicki Minaj is like J. Cole. That's a diss. Lil Pump, is he relevant right now? No. Okay? Isn't J. Cole known as a lyricist? Yes. So they're not friends. Now, unfortunately, Gorilla Glue and Megan Thee Stallion fans are going back and forth. Now, a Gorilla Glue fan said the hottie's mad because Gorilla got more motion than Megan. That's just the facts. She saved Megan's tour and was the reason people went in the first place. Gorilla never needed Megan. Megan needed Gorilla Glue. Wow. And then a hottie said Megan needed who? Did her tour gross 40 million? Since y'all say Meg need her, the real problem is other fan base stay hopping in the thotty business when nobody was talking to you B-words. Y'all don't like Megan, so y'all insert yourselves. Y'all need to shut the F up and worry about your fave. So clearly this was, a Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion going back and forth on social media, but Cardi B fans are riding with Gorilla Glue. Okay, and supporting Gorilla Glue. Now, with that being said, Megan will be addressing Gorilla Glue when it comes to her copying her. Now she dating NBA players because of Megan Thee Stallion, according to the fans. So, allegedly, Gorilla Glue will have to get into the booth because Megan will be coming for you. Now, with that being said, what can Megan say about Gorilla Glue? Well, she can call her ugly. Gorilla Glue does get dragged for her looks. And, Megan wasn't always the cutest, back then, before her alleged surgery. But a lot of people do think that Megan looks better than Gorilla Glue. Okay? And, Gorilla Glue has copied her style. No shade. Also, Megan will be saying how she's more talented than Gorilla Glue. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. I feel as though Gorilla Glue, in my opinion, makes better music than Megan Thee Stallion. But Megan probably has better bars, but she just don't make better music. Now, moving back on to Cardi B. Cardi B has recently signed her Live Nation deal. And as we know, Live Nation has partnered with Devil Nation and has been in partnership with Devil Nation for years. Now, she teased that she will be doing a tour. And she says, me and Barty Gang, when we finally see each other on tour, and it's a picture of Queen B and a fan holding up the middle finger, okay, during the Cowboy Carter Road tour. Now, there has been a lot of speculation that Cardi B is actively working with Queen B on music, and then there's a collaboration. But what fans don't know is that she also signed a lucrative Live Nation deal through Devil Nation, because Devil Nation and Live Nation have partnered for her tour. Okay? So Camel Face and Cardi B are doing business together. Let me know, how much money do you think Cardi B will gross on her world tour? Okay? Do you think she'll gross more than Nicki Minaj or less than Nicki Minaj? I would not ever really go to a Cardi B concert, but I don't listen to her music. So I think that she will get the fans that listen to her music and probably listen to Megan Thee Stallion and, you know, the other female rappers in the game to go to her show. I think even, you know, some of the barbs that love Nicki, they probably will go too. I can see some of the barbs going. I definitely will not be going, but I don't listen to Cardi B's music at all. So it would be pointless because I wouldn't even be able to recite nothing. Okay? Because I really don't listen to her music. And the thing about Cardi B, I feel as though she only appeals to a certain demographic. And that is the ratchet community. Now, Megan is still coming after her coin. In Megan versus Milagro, Megan's legal team has filed a notice of 90 days expiring regarding Tory deposition. Megan's legal team is requesting the courts either enter an order granting the relief requested in the original motion, which is requesting Peterson be sanctioned by paying the fees for Megan's legal counsel time and appoint as special masters to supervise the remainder of Mr. Peterson's deposition to be paid for his expense, and authorize as much additional time as necessary to take an effective deposition or hold a hearing on the matter of the court's earliest convenience, okay? Now, if you're wondering what all this mumbo jumbo really means, remember when Tory was disruptive, when Megan's legal team tried to question him about whether he was paying milagograms. Remember that? And he was disruptive and making fun of Megan's attorney's hair. That happened a few months ago. Well, Megan wants her coin for that. She wants not only Milagro to pay her legal fees, but she's asking the courts to sanction Tory and have him pay some of her legal fees for being disruptive in court. And remember, he was held in contempt, which means he went to jail for that situation, even though he was already in jail. So with that being said, it seems as though Megan is not only coming for Mob Radio's pockets, but she's also coming for Tory Lanez pockets. And I personally think she's doing this because there was some speculation that, he possibly could get out of jail by the end of the year. Now, with that being said, in the first time in 7 years, there will be no female rappers charting on the Billboard 200 album chart this week. And this hasn't happened in 7 years. Cardi B, Nicki, Doja Cat, Megan, Gorilla Glue, D0JA, Ice Spice, Scratch Off, Sexy Red. None of them are on the Billboard 200 album chart. A lot of people want to know, why is that? Well, it's because Cardi B ruined female rap. That's why. And a lot of these hoes can't sell, especially without streams. Okay, we need to go back to the era of per sales and not no merch, not no t-shirts. You have to strictly buy albums. A lot of these bitches would be broke. Cardi B has dumbed down female rap, watered it down, and you know, a lot of these female rappers don't have fans. It's really Cardi B and Nicki Minaj that have fans, okay? And even some of Cardi B fans, she has to share them with other fan bases. Like Cardi B fans, they're like Megan fans. Some of them are Sexy Red and Scratch Off fans. You know, anybody that they feel like goes against Nicki Minaj. So with that being said, that's one of the reasons why a lot of these girls are not on the Billboard charts, because they can't sell, especially if they're not being attached to Nicki Minaj. So, you know, that is Cardi B's fault, because she's watered down female rap. Nobody really wants to, you know, support them genuinely. Like, I really don't even listen to half these people. I listen to JT. JT, she's not on Billboard, but I listen to JT. I do listen to some of D0JA's songs. Okay, but Ice Spice is a chop. Let's be honest. Scratch Off, chop. You know, no shade. Megan Thee Stallion, chop. I don't listen to her. Gorilla Glue, she got a few bops, but I don't really listen to her like that. Okay, a lot of these people don't have fan bases. Is, you know, some of Nicki Minaj's haters, and then it would be either Nicki Minaj fans. Okay, like D0JA Cat, her fans are Nicki Minaj fans. Same thing with Ice Spice. That's why Ice Spice fell off. So it's really, it goes back to them trying to push Nicki Minaj out and trying to prop up Cardi B, who's the least talented female rapper in the game. Now, unfortunately, Big Billie is getting dragged because she returned to her Irish homeland, and she said it's really cool to come somewhere and everyone looks exactly like you. And I guess she's Irish, so that's why she said that, and I guess most of the people in Ireland are white. But she is getting dragged on social media because she oftentimes be dressing like Soulja Boy. So a lot of her, I guess, black or minority fans feel a way about her comment. Here's the thing about a lot of these white pop stars. They do not care about black people or minorities. Okay? The chart obsessed racists don't. Morgan the racist. Wallen doesn't. Tate Murray, Big Billie, Selena, Ariana Grande. A lot of them don't care about minorities, and when they do speak up for minorities, it's very performative. Okay, they might speak up during election time when it was popular during the Black Lives Matter era, but a lot of them don't really care about black people like that. And Big Billie's fan base is probably primarily white, and she knows that. So here's the thing. I don't really think she cares. I think Big Billie does not give a fuck about y'all blacks being upset. And she's going to continue to say what she wants to say. I like Big Billie, but if she start acting like racist Morgan Wallen, you know, she will be removed from the playlist. And that's on that. Now, moving on from that, the Grand National Tour has grossed $62.4 million in June alone, doing only 8 shows. Okay, so congratulations to Kung Fu Kenny and SZA. I'll be honest with you, I did my review on the Grand National Tour. I believe I did it on Patreon. Y'all can check that out, link in description. But when I was there, I saw, and this is no shade to SZA, because we do support SZA, but when she came on stage, a lot of people started sitting down. Okay, that's just where I was at. Maybe at the location I went, you know, they only really wanted to hear Kung Fu Kenny. But I did notice that when I was at the Grand National Tour, that when SZA would come on stage, certain people would start sitting down. Now, here's the thing. She did perform a lot of slow songs, so that could have been the case. You know, she was performing a lot of ballads, a lot of slow songs. And it wasn't just, you know, SZA fans there. So, you know, I think maybe SZA doesn't appeal to everybody in regards to hip hop. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good show. Okay. But the full review on the Grand National Tour, and also the rituals that I saw is on Patreon. Link will be in the description. Now, not only that, Kung Fu Kenny now holds the record for the highest grossing concert by a rapper in Canadian history, earning $7.7 million at Toronto Rogers Stadium. Okay, there was 72,000 tickets sold, 100% sold out, $15 million in revenue. Average ticket price was $213. Okay, so congratulations on Kung Fu Kenny in regards to that, which is very interesting considering that is Champagne Thickham's hometown. But we'll see if the next tour. Well, Champagne Thickham's already on tour, but hopefully next year, in the next few years, he'll be able to do a stadium. Now, moving on to some Love Island tea that recently got spilled. Season 6, third place winners, Janae Craig and Kenny Rodriguez, have split up. Now, Janae's best friend posted on Instagram and she said, "My advice to women in relationships, if you have access to the phone, search keywords like 'I don't like black women.' Yikes. I thought I would get more money from this. I'm faking this relationship to go on the show for clout. And I can't wait to F hella B words, okay? So there's speculation that he's racist." Now, she said on Instagram, "Hey, my loves, thank you for all the love and support. It means the world to me. As you know, Kenny and I are no longer together. Please know that I've seen all the breakup theories and none have matched up to how terrible, disgusting, and disappointing it truly is. Discovering that someone you love isn't who you thought they were, and that the relationship you thought you were building hasn't been genuine since day one has been truly devastating. Thank you for respecting my privacy, and please know, as a child of God, I will always be okay." Now, Kenny took to his Instagram and said, "The past few days have been incredibly difficult. I've been quietly sitting with a lot of emotions and doing my best to process everything privately. Breakups are never easy, especially in the public eye. Sometimes, despite how deeply you care for someone, you come to the hard truth that the relationship was not something it could last long term. I've always be grateful for the time we shared and the memories we've created. I released this chapter with no ill will, only a hope that Janae's path forward brings her nothing but happiness." Then Janae responded and said, "Shut the F up, you manipulative liar. You're not taking accountability and telling people the type of person you really are is insane to me. My first statement was me being nice. Do not piss me off, okay?" Now, here's the thing. A lot of people were saying that there were signs because he was a Trumpy. There has been certain TikTok videos of old interviews and old TikToks they have done where people kind of looked at Kenny sideways. But all I know is that the swirl couples, y'all are down 100 points. This does not look good. Okay, how you dating a racist and you don't even know? That's very odd. I feel like there were signs. I just can't imagine dating somebody that doesn't like black people or says derogatory things about black women or a black person in general behind my back, and I don't see any signs of it. I feel like Janae might have been missing the sign. So let me know how y'all feel about it. But Kenny Rodriguez, unfortunately, I got to give you 500,000 lashings for leading Janae on for a whole year, and you don't even like black women, according to the text messages she found in your phone. With that being said, you could have broken up with her a while ago and kept some of your clout. You probably wouldn't be as relevant, but you could have broken up with her like way before y'all even started filming for Beyond the Villa, okay? But anyway, I got some very hot tea on Patreon on Malcolm, Jamal Warner, and Hulk Hogan's death. Link will be in the description. Have a great day.